jam! Hello again and welcome to the Mana Pool. This is episode 469 of the Mana Pool, brought to you, as always, by blood, sweat, and more often than not, tears. Also giggles. You gotta have the giggles in there. I am Chewy, the lead dork, and with me, as always, are 2/3 of the other dorks.
Yeah, I'm Mike. I'm the rules guy and the game lore guy, and we're starting out of order because Brian is on vacation and could not join us this evening.
And I'm Dirk, the self-proclaimed greenest man alive and moral compass of the group, and it was really weird not to be interrupted.
Is that where Brian is? I forgot what the email said.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Is there a country called Interruptia?
Interruptia. Oh yeah, I went to the beach. Right.
Oh.
And work is stupid crazy, and Sam has a nuts schedule. So yeah. You are correct, sir. I don't think they're on vacation yet, but like any sort of bit of real life, when there's a vacation, you have to work to plan for vacation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, we are sans Brian, but that's okay because he wasn't as impressed with the set as the rest of us for once, which is really weird.
I kind of get what he means. I think the story is making more of an impression on me than many of the cards are. They're cool, but
yeah, I think
it's not the same kind of ooh that I got when Amonkhet was first coming out,
or when you were haunted by that ghost.
Right?
Ooh.
Yeah, that was even more so.
So, all right, I have to kick us off right with this first card that I just have to talk about, and it's what? Do you know what it is, Mike?
I have a guess. Keep going.
Oh, wait, what's your guess?
Is it the Crested Sunmare?
It is the Crested Sunmare! Because not only is my horse amazing, but now all of our horses can be amazing. Well, all of my horses. Look at my horses. My horses are amazing.
So are Pegasi considered horses?
Nope.
Not in Magic. They're creature type Pegasus.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to have to go look this up. How many horses are there?
Probably
more than you think.
But this guy brings his own. So the Crested Sunmare for 3 white is a creature horse. It's mythic, huh? Right? That is a myth. Yeah, that's mythic.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's a 5/5. 5/5 for 5, not bad. It says, other horses you control have indestructible. Wow. My horses are amazing. And you're
23.
See, and as Dirk has just discovered, there aren't that many horses, and I don't even know how many, if any, are in standard.
Enough to build a deck out of. Not in standard, but enough horses in the game to build a deck out of.
Yeah.
So, but that's okay, because this guy brings his own horses. At the beginning of each end step...
Wow.
I did not see that until right now. If you gained life this turn, create a 5/5 white horse creature token.
Oh my.
Now, I would also like to point out that 5/5 horse creature token has indestructible because it's because of the Crested Sunmare.
Oh, what is the name of the card that every time someone plays a spell or does something that you gain 1 life?
Oh god, there's any number of them.
There's several of those, so
yeah.
You got your options.
Well, it's a white one that Brian has played in the past. And it's like a 1/1.
Oh, like
it's a white card too.
Soul Warden, something like that.
I want to say yes.
I mean, Soul Warden gains you a life whenever a creature enters the battlefield.
That's it. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that would just be beautiful with the Soul Warden. I'm glad the Soul Warden is not in standard.
Yeah. Sadly, you still need someone else to or yourself to play a creature.
Oh darn.
Yeah. Because if
that
you
never
don't gain
happens
the
in a
life,
game of Magic.
No, never. Because if you don't gain the life ahead of time, you don't get the horse. But if you do get the horse, you get a free life off of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but people have been sending me this because, my horse is amazing. And now all my horses are amazing. And it makes me so happy.
Oh my gosh.
It is evidence that some pure corner of the world must still exist. says Jeru, former Takrop initiate. Hey, did we talk about Jeru?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there's been some of the legendaries that got released or came out, but I don't think all of them had come out at that point. And I think at this point, the only one is there going to be a green one?
Maybe.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah. So what does Jeru do then, since we didn't talk about him last week, whether or not he was here or not? It seems like he was, and we just didn't get around to him.
Maybe. Yeah. So Jeru with eyes open, because he finally realizes what the hell is going on. Jeru with eyes open costs 3 white for a 4/3 human warrior. He's a rare. Has vigilance. When Jeru enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a planeswalker card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. If a source would deal damage to a planeswalker you control, prevent 1 of that damage.
Wow, so he goes and gets help.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then he fights for the planeswalkers.
Yeah, and then he prevents... then he protects the planeswalker. That's really cool.
It is.
Mm-hmm. The only downside is that there is a lot of stuff in this set that says, hey, you have a planeswalker. That's really funny that you have a planeswalker. I have a way of fixing that.
That's pretty funny that you've got that, because I just happen to have this.
I see you're playing a Gideon. Let me fix that problem for you.
Defeated.
Ooh, so Jeru's pretty neat.
It is. I mean, anything that tutors for a planeswalker is going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, but the fact that he's also like a 4/3 with vigilance, which for 5 men is still not quite enough by itself.
That's okay.
But yeah, he goes
definitely not mythic for that, but
yeah. Well, I mean, he's not mythic anyway, so.
Well, I'm just saying.
But I don't think that's really that's not even uncommon. I don't think, but. But yeah, the fact that he goes to get a planeswalker and then helps protect your planeswalkers is just neat. Like, I don't know exactly how... I guess it protects your planeswalkers from being pinged to death, but...
Yeah, and it protects them from combat damage because it'll prevent 1 damage from each of the creatures that happen to be attacking them.
Yeah, that's true. But that's just neat. Was there a Jeru in the last set?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
He was Samet's main crop mate, and he was completely devoted to the gods and did not appreciate Samet's heresy, but now he sees what the deal is.
Oh, okay. So, listeners, I apologize for that system sound. I was doing a search in the Amonkhet gallery. Jeru's Resolve was in the last set. I thought he was in the last set somewhere.
Oh, yeah. He appeared. Yeah, Jeru's Resolve was a card, and he appeared in flavor text and art and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, by the way, speaking of Amonkhet, the final... hang on. The final Magic Duels episode was recorded and went live. I think this morning it went live, or went public, so...
Yeah, it's in my feed for today.
Oh, well, there you go then, yeah. For anyone who was looking to see how it all ended, I knocked out the last 2 battles, and they were pretty good. The... Trial of Ambition and Trial of Zeal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoyed them a lot, especially since I thought I was going to lose both of them.
Yeah, when I saw how long the file was, I figured that meant you had to lose and restart one of the games. Things went in a different direction.
Yeah, especially Bantu's. I'm like, well, I'm dead. What do you mean I'm not dead? Do I just wait? What? Like, but yeah. It was bittersweet that Magic Duels had to end, but frees me up to record other stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Those 3 videos every 3 months were just kicking my ass. Anyway, okay, back to the new cards. So what else is jumping out at you guys?
Okay, so they revealed some more of the last stand spells for the gods that basically exert your lands. When I saw Kefnet's last word, I was like, oh, this should be interesting. And then I read it and I was like, wow, because this is really big. So for 2 blue, it's a rare sorcery, Kefnet's last word. Gain control of target artifact, creature, or enchantment. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step.
Wow, that's
That's serious.
for 4 mana.
Yeah.
I mean, even with the pseudo time walk attached to it, that's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's really big. Yeah, that one really impressed me to see.
Wow. Have they... Okay, so we've already got Oketra's Last Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Bantu's Last Reckoning.
Yes, I knew about those. Kefnet's Last Word. Oh, we had Ronus's Last Stand.
And Ronus's Last Stand. Yeah, that was the snake.
That makes an enormous snake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
So
Kefnet's... Yeah.
Do we have Hazaret?
It was in if it's not in here, then it was in an article today.
Oh, yeah, here it is.
Hazaret's Undying Fury. And I think the implication here is that Hazaret actually survived.
Because it says Undying. It doesn't say last something like it does for the other 4.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Yeah, go ahead with that one.
Hazaret's a badass. Okay, so 4 red. Rare sorcery, Hazaret's Undying Fury. Shuffle your library, then exile the top 4 cards. You may cast any number of non-land cards with converted mana cost 5 or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Lands you control don't untap during your next untap step. Damn! Wow!
Yeah.
That's, non-land cards with converted mana cost 5 or less. Wow. In the right deck, that could just get you, like, I guess, like, a creature and a spell for 6 mana, which isn't great, but, it isn't bad either.
Mm-hmm.
So one quick question with that, and I know this is definitely not standard, but is Kaboom an X spell?
No, Kaboom costs 5?
5, yeah.
So if in a deck with that, Kaboom would actually, you could go you, and potentially deal a lot more a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah, 4 and a red, yeah. You think I'd know that. You think of all people, I would know that, but it's been a long time. But
yeah,
I mean,
5? There's a lot of good stuff that's 5 or less in red.
Yeah, like
there's a lot of good stuff that's 5 or less in Magic.
Well, I mean, just saying this may cast any number of non-land cards. Oh, I was thinking it was just sorceries.
No,
like direct damage because red. I'm thinking direct damage, but oh wow,
yeah,
that's
like, you could
anything that's non.
Yeah, you could totally grab like a lightning bolt and the gilded Ceradon right next to it, and just drop those on the battlefield, which is pretty cool. 4/4 and zot your face. Sorry, open. Let's go with open fire because it's in the set. And I think expecting 2 hits off of this is going to be pretty normal.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
3 would just be great, and 4 is just like, yeah!
And see, the part that would make this card amazing is, all of the gods in this set. Oh, the Lotus God, no. But Scarab God is 5, Scorpion God is 5.
No.
So, I mean, you could play a lot of the multicolored cards, and you could technically play it without having the correct mana.
Yeah, I mean, Samut costs 4. Most of the Planeswalkers cost 5 or less, like the vast majority of them. Yeah.
Oh, be mindful of if you do happen to cast this, be mindful of the fact that the rules about how to count the converted mana cost of a split card have changed. So the Aftermath cards, their converted mana cost is the sum of the cost on both sides. So remember that if you flip up a Aftermath card.
So farm to Mercy, farm to Market is 6 technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like Appeal to Authority would totally work.
Right.
Struggle to Survive would totally work.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, if you do that, you can just cast the top half.
Right.
The Aftermath half can only be cast from a graveyard and nowhere else.
Well, that's pretty neat. So yeah, there's all kinds of nonsense you can do. I like the fact that you have to shuffle your library first just to keep it from being overpowered.
Yes.
It's like, let me scry 4 real quick. Let me set... all right, there we go. Now Hazaret's Undying Fury. What? What was this? What are we doing? It's like, well, I cast this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and then you lose. I'm like, but Yeah, but oh. So yeah, we're not doing that. So that's good. So there's another cycle, the what was it called? The Hours.
Right, the Hours, which are also the story spotlights.
Right. So we've seen the Hour of Revelation.
Yep, that was the first hour.
And we saw the Hour of Glory, and that was it as far as when we recorded last week, right?
Yes, it was.
Our Revelation, I remember.
The Hour of Glory in black.
Okay.
Okay, so the third one is Hour of Promise in green. Hey, Dirk, what's Hour of Promise do? You haven't read a card in a bit.
To that. Hour of Promise. 4 and a green. Search your library for up to 2 land cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Then, if you control 3 or more deserts, create 2/2/2 black zombie creature tokens.
Huh. So it goes to get 2 land cards.
Uh-huh.
Not basic land, 2 land cards.
So if you have 1 desert out, search for 2 more deserts, and then you'll have enough to meet the second part of zombies.
Mm-hmm.
But even without that, it's a bit expensive. But still, you go get 2 land cards.
Right.
Because you could just not care about the second half and just go, I'm going to go and get my multicolored lands.
Yeah,
Just get a couple of these cloud posts right here.
Yes, exactly. Because they don't need to have 2 different names. Let me go get this Urzatron parts 3 and 4.
Yeah.
I'll just get 2 towers. There we go. Yeah, that's some Lord of the Rings up in this piece. Wow, luckily it puts them on the battlefield tap, so it's not horribly miserable. But
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, like if you go get enough to get you 3 deserts, it's also 4/4 worth of power and toughness, which is 2 lands and 4/4 is really good for 5 mana, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like it's like a not broken Primeval Titan.
And now that there are desert cards that can make colored mana, you're not just filling up on colorless. You can do other stuff too.
Yeah. Ooh, that's cool. So do we have any other hours yet, or is that
the blue one?
Oh, we got the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hour of Eternity.
Hour. Okay, what's that do? I haven't seen it yet.
For 2X and then 3 blue.
Yeah, to be clear, that's XX.
Yeah, sorry. XX, 3 blue. Exile X target creature cards from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie.
Holy crap! Eternalize X dudes? What?
Yeah. It's expensive though, but I think it's worth it.
But it has to be, because that's insane.
Well, I mean, if you just pump in 5 mana, you get a 4/4 black zombie creature token. I mean, obviously you're gonna have to have something in the graveyard, but for 5 mana, you get a 4/4 creature.
In blue, that's freaking nuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing the reason that this card was allowed to be blue is that we're in a graveyard set and it's making token copies of things. Yeah. Wait, what? That? Get off me. What does the Scarab God do again? Scroll.
He throws -1/-1 counters around.
Nope, Scarab God. He's the one
Scarab?
that eternalizes.
Oh, he's the one that
things.
eternalizes.
Okay. So at least that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
To serve as an eternal is the afterlife granted to the worthy. Or, anyone that just happens to be in the graveyard.
But late game, this is going to be devastating.
This is stupid. Like, well, I've got, 9 mana now.
Let's say you've got let's say you got 11 lands out, then so it's 8. So that's 4 4/4s that you're going to throw onto the battlefield.
That have whatever abilities of the things that you've thrown in your graveyard. Like, look right below it.
Yeah.
And you can, since you almost certainly cycled the Nimble Obstructionist, 2 and a blue. Oh, it's rare. Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. Holy crap. 2 and a blue for a 3/1 bird wizard with flash and flying and cycling for 2 and a blue. And it says when you cycle it, You counter target activated or triggered ability you don't control. That's cool!
Mm-hmm.
So let's say at some point in the game, you cycled your Nimble Obstructionist because it's insane. So wow, it's either a 3/1 with flying or it's a stifle.
Yeah, and you draw a card.
For 3 mana that can't be, countered except by another stifle effect. Wow! So yeah, at some point in the game, you cycled your Nimble Obstructionist, and it's just hanging out in your graveyard because you cycled it. And then late in the game, you go, hey look, Hour of Eternity, and you get rid of your Nimble Obstructionist. Well, now you've got a 4/4 flyer. Now it's just there. It's like, yo, I'm in the air. Along with Dirk's 11 mana example, some other things that also died.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So wait, if you cycle like Vizier of the Anointed, it has an enters the battlefield trigger, which means the token copy has an enters the battlefield trigger that you go get.
Yeah, if you eternalize the Vizier, right.
Woo! Woo! Hey, Mike, what's the Vizier do since I mentioned him?
The Vizier of the Anointed for 3 and a blue is a 2/4 human cleric, uncommon. When this Vizier enters the battlefield, you can search your library for a creature card with Eternalize or Embalm, put that card into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. And whenever you activate an Eternalize or Embalm ability, draw a card.
So there's just... Like, it's not just that you're getting some number of 4/4s, it's that you're getting some number of 4/4s with the abilities that those cards originally had. And I know, like, on cards with Eternalize, it's just whatever, but this is any creature!
Mm-hmm.
Huh. So, okay, yeah, Hour of Eternity, I severely doubt it'll see any sort of serious play, but it's so cool!
Yeah, it's very cool.
And that Story Spotlight 4, dude, this plane is boned.
Yeah, well, Story Spotlight 5 was in an article today.
Oh, it was? What is it?
Yes.
What, give me.
It's in Gavin's article. Here, let me get the link here.
I got it.
Copy.
Oh, okay, you got it.
Paste. Yeah. The 5th Story Spotlight card and the final hour is the Hour of Devastation.
Oh, well, duh. I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
And I can't remember which one of us made this called shot on a previous episode. But Hour of Devastation for 3 red. It's a rare sorcery. And it has Nicol Bolas gloating over the Gatewatch in the art. All creatures lose indestructible until end of turn. Hour of Devastation deals 5 damage to each creature and each non-Bolas planeswalker.
That horse is not so amazing now.
Jesus! Oh no, my horses!
Love the quote. Everything here exists or perishes at my whim, including you, Gatewatch.
Damn.
I wonder what he thought when he first learned that they would call themselves the Gatewatch. Yeah, what a bunch of nerds.
That's exactly. He's like, nerds. Okay, wait. Did we read the flavor text on the green one?
We didn't.
With the Heckma breached and its protection removed, the desert swept in. Oh, okay. So it's deserts and zombies. Got it.
Yeah.
Because the black zombies are the ones that are out in the desert wandering around.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And the Hour of Eternity to serve as an eternal is the afterlife granted to the worthy. Oh, you said that.
Yeah. Ooh, this plane is so boned.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Okay, wait a minute. While we're on Bolas, there are more cards with super sick Bolas art. But now I've scrolled away. Oh, there's the one that we mentioned last week. Well, we didn't mention it, but we talked about the art last week because it's on the playmat.
Oh, uh-huh.
So this is actually part of a vertical cycle. So, okay, I'll take the common one. Let's do this right. The Torment of Venom for 2 black is a common instant. Put 3 -1/-1 counters on target creature. Okay, that's good. It's not great, but that's good. Its controller loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices another non-land permanent or discards a card. I like the way that it says another non-land permanent, so they can't just, well, I guess I'll sacrifice the one that, meh.
That's good for an instant removal spell.
Wow, that is an instant.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So, hey, Dirk, what's the uncommon one? The Torment of Scarabs.
Torment of Scarabs.
Yeah.
For 3 and a black, it's an enchantment, aura curse. Enchant player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player loses 3 life unless he or she sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
So this is every turn they get hit with the Torment.
Yeah. I think Melissa DeTora explained in her development article that Torment was a keyword action for some time during the design of the set, but they took it out because they didn't like the gameplay. They took it out as a keyword action that was on a bunch of cards because they didn't like the gameplay, but they decided to keep it on this vertical cycle because they liked the idea.
Okay. Yeah, I think having Torment on cards would be kind of at the beginning of Enchanted Player's upkeep, torment that player. Oh.
Oh.
Be like, hey, your sister's hot. Shut up. Like, huh. So
you're
how about
ugly and your mother dresses you funny.
Us. Remember that time Brian said hard on?
Oh, Brian's not here to torment.
Or, since Brian's not here, hey Dirk, switch places with me. I gotta take a dump. Or, you're a funny guy. Go away.
Oh.
See, now I've tormented all of my teammates, my co-hosts. So what?
I was about to start with the rare one.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So the rare one is the Torment of Hailfire. For X black, it's a rare sorcery. Repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card.
That is the appropriate response, yeah.
Yeah. At smaller values of X, the card might not do a lot to affect the game. At larger values of X, the card might do everything to affect the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when I saw this, I considered, maybe this could be a replacement for Death Cloud in my goofy green-black Tron deck.
Whew. So.
Because then I don't have to worry about setting up my board to not lose from it.
when this was revealed, people were making fun of the name. I think it was like Evan Irwin mentioned it, and a bunch of the responses were, this name is stupid. I was like, no, it's not. Because on the episode that we had recorded previous to that, talking about the playmat, Mike pointed out that it was, well, Mike, why is it called Torment of Hailfire?
Because it was something that I think Brian brought up first, and then I corrected one of the words he was using. So I said, yeah, that. So there are lots of cards that reference the just because of the setting and the apocalyptic storyline that reference the biblical plagues that were brought down on Egypt. And one of those plagues was burning hail. Mm-hmm. That's, killed people and animals and wrecked crops and all that kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and when I thought that I remembered you saying that, so I Googled it real quick, and the Google entry or the Wikipedia entry or whatever quoted fiery hail, and I went, oh, so no, guys, all you people making fun of the name, they didn't misspell hellfire. It's a biblical reference because fiery hail, and everyone was like, oh, well, that makes more sense, doesn't it? Like, yeah, it does, because Mike is awesome.
Well, it just looks like it's reminiscent of, I want to say like Final Fantasy IV, like Meteor being called upon, the opposing side. You've got purple, oh my gosh, this stuff is falling out of the sky and wrecking everything.
That's exactly what it does. It wrecks.
And the quote at the bottom is great too. Goes along great with it. Your god Pharaoh has returned. And this is his return is heralding this.
So, the reason that we did that whole cycle was because I wanted to talk about the sick bolus art. But there's another sick bolus art further down that I also really like. And it's Imminent Doom. This is so silly. For 2 and a red, it's a rare enchantment. Imminent Doom enters the battlefield with a Doom counter on it. Okay. Whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost equal to the number of Doom counters on Imminent Doom deals that much damage to target creature or player, then you put a Doom counter on it.
So it just keeps moving up.
Yeah, so like, okay, well, shock. Yay! Imminent Doom pokes you for 1. Now it's got 2, and then next turn you're like volcanic hammer. Yay! Now it moves up to 3. Then you're like open fire. It's a fireball. It's a fire damage reference here, but still, that can get out of control quickly, and it means any number of cards in your hand could just mean game over if the game goes long enough.
Yeah, just can suddenly have some extra bonus damage tacked onto them.
Yeah, and I don't think this is any sort of powerhouse or anything, but it's so cool, no. And the art is Bolas being like, I'm back!
Yeah, when you saw it was a rare red enchantment, you knew it was going to be at least a little silly.
Yep, and I was not disappointed. It is definitely silly. Let's see, do we have any other sick Bolas art yet? Does not appear that we do. Lame. Oh, we've got a lot more deserts, though. We should look at those.
Yeah.
Because I only sort of know what they do. Let's see. So there's the cycling deserts.
Mm-hmm, the common ones. There's also a cycle of uncommon ones that can make colored mana. And they also have some other kind of activated ability.
Don't they all sacrifice? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So again,
not necessarily themselves, but a desert.
Yeah. So remember, the things that care about deserts in this set care if you have a desert on the battlefield or in your graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember saying it was really cool that the deserts have cycling, and there were deserts in the previous set that had some of the deserts in the previous set had sack abilities. But we've got more now. So let's see. The first one, I guess, is the green one. The Hashep Oasis. So they all tap for colorless, like actual colorless.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can tap and pay 1 life to add a colored mana. In this case, it's green. And they all have a ability that costs some mana, tap, and sacrifice a desert to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hashep Oasis is the green one, so tap, pay life, add a green to your mana pool. Or, for 1 green, tap and sack a desert. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Only do that when you could cast a sorcery.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty neat. Any sort of land-based sources of damage are good.
Yeah.
Which is what that is. So, nice.
The black one is Ifnir Dreadlands. It has all the same stuff. Tap for colorless. Tap 1 life. Add black mana to your mana pool. The third one is 2 and 2 black. Tap, sacrifice a desert. Put 2 -1/-1 counters on target creature. And opponent controls. Activate this ability anytime you would cast a sorcery.
Wow. What are those things hanging out in the Deadlands? I can't tell.
Those are demons.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, you remember the Archfiend of Ifnir from Amonkhet?
Oh, got it.
Yeah, some of these places are other areas outside of Noctimun, out in the wastes, that the people of Noctimun didn't really know about. They thought Noctimun was the only place in the world that wasn't a wasteland.
They might not be wrong.
Well, I mean, yeah, they were right, but things didn't used to be that way.
Ah, gotcha.
So, quick question with regards to the name that's on there. Are these locations on Amonkhet?
Yes.
Okay. Because when I'm thinking Hashep, I'm going like Hashepsit.
I'm sure that was part of the reason.
Probably the origin of the name.
Uh-huh.
I was like, when I was looking at the red one, I was going, I swear that's a character or a something. Or it feels like it's a person's name, a creature's name.
Mhm.
And that's what prompted the question.
Oh yeah, we did see the Ramanop excavator earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, the snake man who does the Crucible of Worlds thing.
Oh, yeah.
Go, Snake Man.
Hey, man, he was once a man. Sorry, that's normally a Monday Night Magic joke. My bad. All right, so that's the green one and the black one. What's next, Mike?
The Ipnu Rivulet is the blue one.
Did you just have a stroke?
Oh, that was me. I was stretching.
No, that word, it sounds like something about Ipnu. It sounds like there were more syllables that you just didn't say. Anyway, sorry. It just
So the Ipnu Rivulet, its activated ability is 1 blue tap Sack of Desert. Target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard.
Ooh.
Or eternalize.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. It does work that way.
Oh no, I hit this thing with Embalm/Eternalize. Oh, that's the worst.
Darn.
Now, Mike, I know this is going to sound weird, but you could use this to mill your opponent.
Huh. You raise an interesting point.
I'm not saying that's the right choice. I'm just saying it is a choice. So that's cool. Next up is the Ramanop Ruins. This is the art that people are like, is that Lightning Bolt? No, it's not Lightning Bolt. There's Open Fire. They're not going to put Lightning Bolt in the same set as Open Fire. That's dumb. Although the art is totally just, it's a Lightning Bolt. For 2 red, tap and Sack of Desert, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Plus the colorless and pale life for red.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I mean, it adds a bit of inevitability. Like, if I get you low enough, you're gonna die. But it's probably the least nifty, I think, of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels like the biggest waste.
Yeah, 4 mana.
Because you're sacrificing land, and you're paying a lot of mana to just deal 2 damage to each opponent. So I just now caught that. So that's not bad, but if you're dueling, this is a terrible land to do that with.
I mean, like I said, it's inevitability. It's a definite way to end a game, which is always good, and like especially at the pre-release.
I mean, they don't enter tapped, and life loss caused by them is only sort of going to matter. So otherwise, you suddenly draw a free crappy damage spell. But if you otherwise don't have anything else to play, then hey, you'll like this spell.
Yeah. So what's the white one do, Dirk?
That is Shifit Dunes.
Sheffit is how I would say it.
Shifit.
That's, yeah, okay.
All right, Shifit Dunes does all the stuff as before. For 2 and 2 white, tap, sacrifice a desert. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Activates ability only anytime you would cast a sorcery. That feels, again, sort of in the vein of like the Ramanette Ruins, in that it's like, it doesn't sound like a big deal, but that it gives +1/+1 to all of your creatures.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Especially, like Mike said, if you like have a board full of stuff and your opponent is like, all right, I can handle this, and you play this and then activate it. Just like, bam, ha! It's pump for all your creatures that your opponent had
may
no
or
way
may
of
not
knowing.
have a...
Yeah, like they had no way of knowing it was coming, and now you've completely boned all of their math.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat.
Well, even if it's not necessarily, it doesn't even have to be a surprise, but just, playing it, whatever turn you play it, you made your land drop, and that was good. But now you have this, optional, little spell effect hanging out there for you to use.
Yeah. Well, mine was like the best case scenario.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he's right. If it's just there on the board, it's still just as good. Nice. So there's another desert that we didn't see yet, right?
I can't remember whether we I know we talked about the hostile desert.
Is it Endless Sands?
It's that's the one. Yeah.
Did we talk about scavenger grounds also?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we did, didn't we?
I don't think we talked. Did we talk?
Well, they were both.
Did we get to any of the lands last time?
Yeah, we did. So yeah, hostile desert. If we didn't, though I think we did. It taps. It's a rare desert. It taps for colorless, and you can pay 2, exile a land card from your graveyard to turn it into a 3/4 elemental. Until
it turns the desert into a 3/4.
Well, it turns this land.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and 3/4 is a lot. And with all of the cycling lands and sacrifice lands and all that, hopefully you've got a land card in your graveyard if you're playing the hostile desert. So
yeah,
that's pretty neat. Scavenger grounds. I'm almost certain we talked about it. Taps for colorless for 2 tap and sack a desert. You exile all cards from all graveyards. Huh. Just no. Hell no, even.
No dead people for you.
So yeah, those are pretty good. It's entirely possible Scavenger Grounds is going to see like modern play, although I don't know if it's good enough.
I don't know.
That and we've got the Crook of Condemnation, so
it doesn't take up a spell slot.
That is true. It doesn't.
But it replaces a land drop with a colorless land, so who knows?
Yeah. So well. So Endless Sands. Somebody else read that then.
Endless Sands. It's a little bit of a callback to some very old odd cards. It either taps for colorless, or you can pay 2 and tap it to exile target creature you control, or you can pay 4 and tap it and sacrifice it. Return each creature card exiled with Endless Sands to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Wait, really?
Really?
Is this really a hidey hole?
Yeah, it's a safe haven, except it can actually make mana.
Wow. Hang on a minute. I gotta go look up safe haven. Hang on. Wait.
Also, you have more freedom about when to activate some of the abilities.
So safe haven costs 2 and tap. What does this cost? 2 and tap. Okay. Oh, and this is just at the beginning of your upkeep. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, for 4 tap and sack, you can bring them all back. Huh. And it's a fixed safe haven.
So what's the benefit of this?
You can go tell your creatures to hide somewhere, and then when you want them back on the battlefield, you bring them back. You can hide them to save them from your opponent's removal. You can hide them to save them from, any mass removal that you have planned coming up.
Okay. So if somebody was going to direct damage a creature, or if the creature was going to receive fatal damage, you could say he's going to block and then exile him?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can understand with comes into play abilities that this obviously has a great benefit, but
oh yeah, duh. Also that.
Yeah,
but just there have been times I'm going
me either.
But just times of, well, why would you want to exile your creatures? I'm bored. I'm gonna exile you.
These creatures kind of suck. I'm tired of looking at them.
Oh, you looked at me funny. Exiled.
Yeah. Did you talk about my mama? Take your ass out in the desert and keep walking until I call you back. But yeah, this is neat. I mean, it's only sort of useful, but it's neat. And the art is so cool.
Yeah.
Nice and simplistic with a person just walking off along the top of the dune into the giant ass sun. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
See a little bit of a silhouette of the person.
Yeah, that's neat. So let's see. So had the Mirage Mirror hadn't popped up yet when we recorded last week, had it?
Didn't it? Yeah, we talked about this for a while.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay.
The only new one is Hollow One.
Well, the God Pharaoh's Gift wasn't there either.
Oh. Okay, well, which...
Oh, that's right.
Are
that
either
was
of
one I
those...
read earlier.
Oh my god, Hollow One. What? Okay, so it's a 4/4 artifact creature golem for 5. He has no hands. He apparently also has no insides, but we'll just ignore that, because he's hollow, get it? But anyway, he's rare, 4/4 for 5. He costs 2 less to cast for each card you've cycled or discarded this turn, and he has cycling too. I've always wanted, free 5/5, 4/4s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So let me just barf my the rest of the cards in my hand to some other effect and get a 4/4. But hey, cool.
And then God Pharaoh's Gift. Like, I must have read this one earlier this week before we had a chance to talk about it, but for 7 rare artifact, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. It gains haste until end of turn.
Wow, that card was really stupid until that last line.
Notice what it doesn't say.
It doesn't exile it or anything at end of turn.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just eternalize a thing, it gets haste, and then you keep it.
Mm-hmm. It's just a little expensive, but...
And this is the okay, let me go to Gatherer so I can get the
Gatherer.
So I can get the effect right. Gatherer. This is the card that the Gate to the Afterlife in Amonkhet referenced. Gate to the not caps lock. Gate to the Afterlife. No, not Gate to Phyrexia. Oh my god.
Game, you're fired. I mean, Gatherer, you're fired. I mean, Mike, you're fired. Somebody's fired, damn it.
All right. So remember, Gate to the Afterlife. It was an uncommon artifact in Amonkhet. It costs 3. And it has 2 abilities. The first one, whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you gain 1 life. Then you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Then the activated ability said, pay 2 tap and sacrifice this. Search your graveyard, hand, and or library for a card named God Pharaoh's Gift and put it onto the battlefield. If you search a library this way, shuffle. Activate this ability only if there are 6 or more creature cards in your graveyard. So just by normal gameplay and also for the draw and discard ability on the Gate to the Afterlife, you can charge it up and then just throw the God Pharaoh's Gift onto the battlefield without having to pay all that 7 mana.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about the card that referenced the card that didn't get printed yet, because I'm bad at this game.
It's been a little while for me. I remember it now, though.
Yeah, that's really cool. Neat. Okay then. All right. Wait. Oh. Let's check out these aftermath cards. Anything that's just amazing here?
Well, there's 4 rares. All the uncommons have been revealed.
Okay, we talked about Reason to Believe, I think, didn't we?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We talked about Driven to Despair.
I think we talked about Grind to Dust, too, didn't we?
And Grind to Dust. Yeah, we haven't done Refuse to Cooperate.
Oh, okay. What's that do then?
So Refuse to Cooperate. Refuse is 3 and a red. It's an instant. Refuse deals damage to target spell's controller equal to that spell's converted mana cost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, it's one of, like a, some kind of feedback. I can't remember the name of the card.
I can't remember either. Paraelectric
feedback,
right?
Yeah.
And, this Aftermath card is an instant on both sides. It's not a sorcery on the Aftermath side. So that's cool. So Cooperate for 2 and a blue is a sorcery. I mean, is an instant. Sorry. It's an instant with Aftermath. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy.
Wow, so for 7 mana, you can hit them and make a copy, or you just, one at a time it.
Right.
Well, that's pretty neat.
And no, you can't use Cooperate to copy the Refuse that you just cast a second ago. You can only copy a spell that's still currently on the stack.
Right. Don't let's be silly. So, anything new or interesting in the multicolored stuff?
Didn't Brian jokingly predict an Aftermath card called Farm to Table? But we have Farm to Market instead.
I remember seeing that joke on Twitter, but I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure Brian said it too.
Brian said it, but okay, fair enough. Is Farm to Table a thing?
Yeah, it's a fancy restaurant thing.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
There's Claim to Fame. That's close.
There. I top 8 at a PTQ once. That's my claim to fame. So we've got multicolored stuff. Is there anything new or nifty here? I really like Unraveling Mummy.
That's cool.
It's nice and basic, but it's super useful.
That feels very reminiscent of Ravnica.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, Unraveling Mummy, for 1 a black and a white, is a 2/3 uncommon zombie with no job. For 1 and a white, target attacking zombie gains lifelink until end of turn, and for 1 and a black, target attacking zombie gains death touch until end of turn. Nice and situational and simple, but like if you're going the zombies route at the pre-release and you open one of these, then that's freaking sick. Like this is a reason to try the zombies thing. Because it turns all of your zombies into survivability for yourself or removal spell. Sick. Block it, I dare you. Block it, I dare you. Nice.
The Bloodwater entity is really cool.
I have not... Oh, whoa. I have not seen that. What does that do? Scroll.
That does, for 1, a blue and a red. It's an uncommon elemental, and it's a 2/2 with flying and prowess.
Ooh.
And when it enters the battlefield, you can put an instant or sorcery from your graveyard on top of your library.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is nice.
And it's got really weird art.
Yeah.
What is...
It looks like almost like it's a bird that's going through
I was like, is it
like
falling...
a bloody rain.
Yeah, is it flying through a waterfall or like a cobwebs? Like what? I don't...
Yeah, one of the things that happened after the Hour of Revelation started was that, Razaketh flew out from behind the gates of the afterlife, and he cast a spell that turned the entire Luxa River to blood.
Right.
Which was another one of the biblical plagues we talked about. So I'm guessing the Bloodwater entity has something to do with that.
Oh, that is his name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I just realized something. What we thought were wings, that's the walkway, sort of like a ledge on the cave. The entity might actually just sort of be sort of like a dinosaur-looky thing.
No,
because those might be the arms.
Well, it has flying.
Yeah, I think
it does
those
have
are
flying.
wings,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's just confusing.
It is just confusing.
Mm-hmm.
So there is an actual bird that's in dirt colors, and it's very adorable.
My colors.
Yeah, right here in multicolored.
Oh, okay. It's like you're talking about the river Hopo.
Hoopo. Sure, yeah, that guy.
River Hoopo. For green blue, it's a uncommon bird. That's a 1/3 with flying. For 3 green blue, you gain 2 life and draw a card. Very dirkish.
Yeah, extremely dirkish, and it's really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a nice little early drop, flyer, get some damage in. It's got 3 toughness, so it blocks for a couple turns. But in the late game, it's just stupid. Like, well, I guess I'll just draw cards.
I'll gain while we're stalemate. I'm gonna gain some life and draw some cards.
Right?
Oh, I've still got some mana. Let me do it again.
Plus, it's a hoopo, so you have to say that when you play it, or when you use its ability, you have to go hoop.
Well, it's just that it's got a big backside, so I mean it can potentially take up some damage too.
Yeah,
soak some damage. Like this is very a fairly good card.
Yeah, I really like it. For a stupid little uncommon with an activated ability that costs 5, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, whoop.
Po.
Okay, what else we got? Anything else here that jumps out at you?
But the Ramanup Hydra. That's new.
Oh, that's in green. I was like, I don't see it. Right.
Because we've sort of gone through all the stuff in multicolor. So for 3 and a green, it's a Snake Hydra that's rare and is a 3/3. That's Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. Ramanup Hydra gets +1/+1 as long as you control a desert. Ramanup Hydra gets +1/+1 as long as there is a desert card in your graveyard.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, it makes cycling a desert a combat trick.
Ah, gotcha.
Wow, so
it only works once.
Like a 3/3 Vigilance, Reach, Trample for 4 is already good.
Mm-hmm.
A 4/4 vigilance, reach, trample for 4 is really good. And a 5/5 vigilance, reach, trample for 4 is stupid.
There's a lot of stuff. I was just funny just reading on going vigilance, reach, trample. What does this thing not have?
Damn. And the art is supremely creepy.
Yeah.
With big hooded
Cobra
snake
things.
heads coming up out of the ground with the sort of camouflaged Hydra body in the background there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Buh. What else do we have in green?
We talked about the Majestic Mary Ark.
No, I think that was just shown yesterday.
Oh,
Okay.
that would be why then. The hell is a Majestic? Why can't I find that? Why is my
This has a lot of words on it too.
Oh, it's got a mountain of text on it.
The Majestic Mary Ark for 4 and a green. It's a mythic chimera, and it's a star for its power and toughness.
Oh god.
Majestic Mary Ark's power and toughness are each equal to twice the number of creatures you control.
Okay, so it's a which Morrow was that? No, that was cards in hand. Never mind.
Yeah. So at the beginning, at the beginning of each combat,
Holy crap.
if you control a creature with flying, Majestic Mary Ark gains flying until end of turn. The same is true for First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch, Haste, Hexproof, Indestructible, Lifelink, Menace, Reach, Trample, and Vigilance. Now, to be clear, because I think the most recent version of Odric trips some people up on this point. It doesn't mean if a creature you control has flying, then Majestic Mary Ark gets flying, First Strike, Double Strike, Death Touch,
It gets all of them.
Vigilance. No, that's not what it means. It means for each one of those things, if another creature you control has it, Majestic Mary Ark gets it.
Right.
And it's each combat, so that's on both turns.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
So
very
the Ramen of
important.
Hydra is a good one to have with the my arc,
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Mary Ark. Because you're at least getting 3 abilities right there.
Wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So he likes creatures that have abilities, and he likes having a lot of them.
And
That is a cool card.
And the art.
Mm-hmm.
I love the translucent wings to show that it doesn't always have flying.
Right.
Like something around him has flying.
Yeah.
And that's why he has flying.
Not to mention the very gruesome looking cobra tail, because it's a chimera.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Nice. I like that. I also really like the Pride Sovereign.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
This is a card that has some interesting tension between the two main abilities.
Yeah, so for 2 and a green, it's a 2/2 rare cat. And he's a pretty kitty. Aw.
Oh.
And he gets +1/+1 for each other cat you control. So he can get bigger. And for a white and tap and exert him, you make 2 1/1 white cats with lifelink. So you'll get 2 more dudes on the field. He'll get +2/+2, but he's exerted.
Yeah.
Huh, that is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you can either go wide and make lots of dudes and just always be exerting him, or you can, stop making dudes and have a big thing to hit with. Depending on circumstances, either one could be correct. And the cats have lifelink. Buh. I didn't even...
Yeah.
Buh.
Yeah, the cat tokens that were made by Cardinal and Cat also had lifelink.
Buh.
It's a good thing that the Pride does not have lifelink.
That'd be kind of silly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would get out of hand real fast.
Yeah, gaining life in really large chunks can start to get obnoxious after a couple hits.
Cough.
It can start to get obnoxious after 1 hit sometimes.
Yeah, I think we've all played some of those games.
Yeah, we've both been on the receiving and giving end.
That's all the stuff in green.
Oh, yeah. One thing that we didn't get around to mentioning last time, but I really wanted to, was in red, the Sand Strangler.
Oh, did we not? Because this guy's really cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. For 3 in a red, he's a 3/3 uncommon beast. And when Sand Strangler enters the battlefield, if you control a desert or there's a desert in your graveyard, you can have Sand Strangler deal 3 damage to targeted creature.
So if there's sand around, then he will, shove a handful in your mouth.
It's a callback to Flame Tongue Kavu, which was one of the most ridiculous creatures ever printed, especially at the time. And I think Sand Strangler possibly lives up to the hype.
Sand Strangler is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have deserts. If you don't have deserts, then he's just a hill giant.
Yeah.
So, try to have deserts. Come on, people. Read the card.
Did we talk about the Wildfire Elemental before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the Wildfire Eternal. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the thing with a really cool afflict and a really cool...
Like, his art is just awesome.
Wow, I did not pay that much attention to this art. I was more familiar with the promo art. Yeah, that's cool.
It's like, those are flaming swords is what those look like. Like what he's holding.
I think it's just fire coming out of his hands, which is also cool.
Yeah, just like maybe it's the angle because it might be coming out of his, I don't know, it's just for me, it almost felt like he was holding on to something.
Well, okay, maybe.
No, it is his hands, because you can see his hands in the backside.
But now I see what you're talking about, too, so now I'm confused.
I wonder.
One way or the other, his hands are glowing with something that makes it look like, he's setting fire to stuff.
Let me see if that art is over on Art of MTG.
Oh, to see a bigger version?
There's all kinds of art. Oh, by the way, dear listeners, if you like the art in Magic, I highly recommend going over to artofmtg.com and just clicking on a set, because they have seemingly random art from the set just in big, and they add new ones relatively frequently. I don't know where they're getting it from, but it's super sick. But nope, sadly, no Wildfire Eternal. Lame. But anyway, so let's see here. What else is in red? Anything else in red? What jumps out at me? I really like, this is going to sound weird, but I really like the Frontline Devastator as just a nice normal common.
Mm-hmm.
So for 3 in a red, it's a 3/3 zombie Minotaur warrior. Yup. That has Afflict 2. So, okay, it's a 3/3 with Afflict 2, but it also has Fire Breathing for 1 in a red. So it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So it's a really neat little punishing card. Do you block it? Like, do you chump block it, or do you potentially, because with the Fire Breathing, almost anything it's going to trade, and take 2, do you take 2 and lose a creature, or do you just take 3 and not lose a creature? And it gives you the opportunity to punish your opponent if they choose poorly. I just like it. It's the sort of thing that if it's coming at me, I'm going to be looking at it going, what the hell is that? I have never seen Chaos Maw.
I think that's another one from just a day or two ago.
Good lord. Hey, Dirk, what's Chaos Maw do?
It's an awesome looking card.
Yeah,
or at least an awesome looking picture. Chaos Maw for 5 and 2 red. It's a 6/6 Hellion that's rare. When Chaos Maw enters the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to each other creature. I wonder why they call it a Chaos Maw.
Maw. Very few people will get that, but the ones that do will think that's hilarious. It's an old Xbox Live arcade game called The Maw. And that's what he said. Maw? Anyway, he did not deal 3 damage to each other creature on the battlefield, though.
Mm-hmm. You read the flavor text?
The food chain doesn't end at sandworms. Ah, that's great. Who'd have thought that sandworms had a predator? Although looking at it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Buh.
Like, he is a big old monster.
Hellion.
Mm-hmm. Like, he looks like he's a sandworm, but if he was a sandworm, he's a sandworm that eats other worms for breakfast.
Yeah, it's the kind of sandworm that Beetlejuice would not mess with.
No, Beetlejuice would not have survived that and probably would not have gone back to the waiting room.
All right. Anything else in red that's jumping out at us?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Oh, I don't think I actually read the Earthshaker, Kenra.
Oh, yeah. I guess we haven't gone over some of the eternalized. We haven't gone over all the eternalized cards, and we haven't gone over how some of them specifically do cooler stuff when they're eternalized.
Yeah, so the Earthshaker Kenra is a 2/1 for 1 and a red, a rare Jackal Warrior with haste. When it enters the battlefield... Wow, it has haste. Buh. When it enters the battlefield, target creature with power less than or equal to its power can't block this turn. Okay, fair enough. But the neat part is it has Eternalize for 4 red, which means then it's a 4/4 with haste, and a bigger, scarier thing can't block this turn. Yeah, that's cool. Wait, is there a Kenra in every...
There's a green one with Eternalize.
Oh, okay, what's that?
The Resilient Kenra costs 1 and a green. Oh, for some reason I thought its mana cost was more. Costs 1 and a green for a rare 2/2 Jackal Wizard. When it enters the battlefield, you may have target creature get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is Resilient Kenra's power. And then it has Eternalize for 4 green. So the first time around, it'll give +2/+2. The second time around, it'll give someone +4/+4.
And a 2/2 for 2 that gives something +2/+2
It's kind of wow.
It's completely nuts.
That's really good.
Like, that's almost guaranteed board control right there. Like, oh, wait, no, it doesn't have flash. Okay, well, then it would be broken, so...
That'd be a bit much.
Yeah, then it would have to cost like 3 or 4. But still, that's pretty cool. I like that. And then, yeah, it gets bigger and better.
Let's see.
Eternalize. Whew, there's not
the rare one
black.
of those. The rare one of those guys in black is the Dream Stealer.
Oh, Dream. Oh, okay. Which I think we talked about last week.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, its thing is that it's a 1/2 with menace, and when it deals combat damage to a player, they discard that many cards.
Yeah. Oh.
And then is there a rare one in blue that we can see?
There, that's uncommon. There, that's common.
Champion of Wits is rare.
Champion of Wits. Okay, what's the hell is that?
For 2 and a blue, it's a 2/1 Naga Wizard. When it enters the battlefield, you may draw cards equal to its power. If you do, discard 2 cards. And then its Eternalized cost is 5 blue.
So draw 2, discard 2. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, draw 4, discard 2 is naturally. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. Wow. And I guess the Adorned Pouncer. Yeah, the Adorned Pouncer is the rare white card with Eternalized. The cat with Double Strike.
Oh, right. Yeah. Nice. So there was something else in black. What was it that I wanted to mention? And then I got sidetracked by the thing. Oh, the Emmet Eternal.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 and a black, it's a 5/5 zombie crocodile demon. I love the type lines in this set. They're either no job having zombie, or it's zombie crocodile demon, or zombie minotaur warrior. Oh, man. But, okay, so it's a 5/5 for 3. That's pretty good. It has Afflict 3. So that's pretty good. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a -1/-1 counter on Emmet Eternal. Well, that's not good. And whenever Emmet Eternal deals combat damage to a player, remove all -1/-1 counters from it. Wow, this card is weird.
Yes, it is. It's cool, though.
I guess if you've got other ways to remove counters, it's way better. Because why would your opponent willingly just give you back a 5/5?
Well, maybe they didn't have any other option. Maybe you killed their blocker.
That is a good point.
I'm sure that there's ways of getting around it.
Yeah, we are in black, so I mean, it's possible that we killed their blockers.
Yeah.
Huh. That card's weird. I don't know if I like it or not. Like, I'd have to really, like, think about how to play with it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Doomfall is nice and solid.
Oh, dude, I'm completely missed that.
For 2 and a black, it's an uncommon sorcery. You choose one. Target opponent exiles a creature he or she controls, meaning they pick. Or target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card.
Wow, that's
versatile.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I love the flavor text. This place has outlived its usefulness. Nicol Bolas. Ooh, damn, this place is boned.
Yeah.
Damn. All right, then.
Yeah, I'm still wondering, like Brian asked earlier, Nicol Bolas had the factory that makes delicious cakes. Why would you suddenly shut down the factory that makes all these delicious cakes? I guess he only needed so many delicious cakes.
Yeah, maybe you flooded the market and cakes aren't worth crap anymore.
Or he might have had limited resources to work with, because we know that he was mining Lazotep to help the Lazotep mineral to help create the Eternals. And then, we talked earlier about Razaketh turning the Luxa River to blood. Part of the spell drained all of the blood into the necropolis where Bolas had the Eternals, drained all of the blood into the necropolis and woke them up. So maybe he knew he was only going to be able to get so much blood from the river. So he knew this is how many Eternals he would be able to build before that happened.
So sort of like, the cake factory and then finding out the secret ingredient was people.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's like, look, we need this number of cakes, which is going to take this many eggs. I wonder if he had an accountant sit down and figure all this out. It's like, okay, look, I need to come back with this many cakes. Given the number of eggs that this plane can produce, how long until we hit the magic number and I need to come back? And the accountant's like, so carry the 6. All right, it's this many years. And he's like, right, can you be more specific? All right, hang on. Will there be any droughts? And Bolas is like, no. Right, got it. Okay, because you control that. Hang on. It's this many. You need to come back on this day. And Bolas is like, prophecy. I will be back on this day when you run out of freaking eggs. And all the people are like, what? He's like, nothing. Just remember the this day part. Write that down.
All the hours eggs? And the whatnot and the nonsense. Yes. Yeah. Okay, bye.
What was that about eggs? Shut up. Right. Yes, God Pharaoh. Gotcha. That's why you shut down the delicious cake factories, because you've used all the eggs that the plane could possibly produce.
That makes sense.
Does it? Because I'm just a big idiot.
And because it's made of people.
And also the people. Oh, man. What else do we have here?
That's all the rares in blue.
Can I just look at Jace's defeat again? Okay. Oh, we didn't talk about fraying sanity. And
we did. I thought we had.
Who was it?
I don't think we did.
Patrick sent me a message about this. So, fraying sanity for 2 and a blue. It's an aura curse. It's rare. Enchant player, like curses do. At the beginning of each end step, enchanted player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of cards put into that graveyard from anywhere this turn. Right. So the obvious thing to do is play Fraying Sanity, and then in 2 turns, you play Traumatize, and then you win.
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And Patrick sent that. I think it was not long after we were done recording, but we hadn't mentioned Fraying Sanity. Mm-hmm. And he's like, Fraying Sanity and Traumatize. I'm like, I don't even know. Let me look. And I looked and I went, oh. Yeah, I got nothing for that. That's pretty good. But even without the, traumatize almost insta win, that's pretty brutal in any kind of mill deck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it makes glimpse the unthinkable say 20. And it makes the silly land down at the bottom say
8.
Yeah, say 8 instead
Which
of
is a lot.
4. Yeah, which is a lot.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the board, but 8's a lot.
Yeah. So it's I don't know how much other sort of milling stuff will be in this set. Probably not much. But it is neat that they're giving the mill players, back when he played Magic, like Rich from Random Discard with clues, He's all about some mill, and I wonder if he's seen Fraying Sanity.
Start foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Huh.
The Eternal of Harsh Truths is a really serious afflict card.
It's another of those just awesome basic afflict cards.
Mm-hmm. For 2 and a blue, it's a 1/3 zombie cleric. It's uncommon. It has afflict 2, but it's one of these guys. Whenever Eternal of Harsh Truths attacks and isn't blocked, draw a card.
Wow, it says attacks and isn't blocked. It doesn't say deals combat damage.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, that's neat.
I guess so you can't pump it up and give it trample and get both the afflict and the card.
Oh, okay, that makes
or
sense.
something along those lines.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that's just nice and solid. And look, it's a zombie with a job.
Yeah.
Bunch of bum-ass zombies in this set. I guess most of the Eternals actually have jobs, now that I think about it.
Yeah, the Eternals do have jobs. The zombies that were just hanging out in the wastes all this time, they don't have jobs. No one taught them how to do anything, or they just refused to learn. We'll never know.
Well, I mean, if all you had to do was hang out in the wasteland all day, then you probably wouldn't want to learn anything either.
Yeah.
Did we mention Swarm Intelligence? Because that's another one of those commander cards that's going to make people swear.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dirk, did you read Swarm Intelligence? You should read Swarm Intelligence.
So for 6 and a blue, it's a rare enchantment. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy.
And insert the part where you start rattling off ridiculous things that you could get extra copies of. The first one that popped into my head was freaking Time Warp. Like, I'll just take 2 turns. That's cool. Oh, God, I broke Dirk. I'm sorry, Dirk.
that hurts. That hurts a lot. If you have any exert guys, you're just like, exert! Time warp. Oh, darn. Oh, my turn again? Great. Untap.
But even something as simple as like Doomfall. So, hey, Mike, if you copy Doomfall, do you get to choose a new mode? Or do you have to do the same mode again?
No. It's an exact... So when you make a copy of the spell, you get an exact copy. And because that means modes, targets, and everything, and because that would be kind of boring and dumb, that's why all the effects that let you copy a spell let you choose a new target. So it wouldn't be boring and dumb. But no, it doesn't let you choose a new mode because it doesn't tell you you can. I don't think there's anything that tells you can.
Good. Because, I mean, either way, if you get 2 copies of the same mode with Doomfall, that's still really sick.
Yep.
So yeah. That's fun. I think I'm done with blue. How about you guys?
Yeah.
All right, then, on to white. For some reason, we just started at the bottom. I don't know what's up with us.
Because we wanted to cover the deserts.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Well, the big one in white is Overwhelming Splendor.
Overwhelming
Definitely a big one.
I don't know this. Go for it.
For 6 for 6 and 2 white, it's a mythic aura curse. That's an enchantment. Enchant player. Creatures enchanted player controls lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 1/1. Enchanted player cannot activate abilities that aren't mana abilities or loyalty abilities.
Yeah, it's the giant humble you.
Mm.
Oh, it definitely makes you humble.
Yeah, I think it was Bill who pointed out to me, well, it's gotta cost 8, because otherwise it's completely insane. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. If it didn't cost 8, it would just be blatantly unfair.
Mm-hmm. And just a random thought of an Eldrazi. You know, you have this big hulking thing, and all of a sudden this gets dropped on you, and you go, "Oh!"
And you're
The Eldrazi are like, "Oh man, this really stinks."
Eldrazi's like, I'm gonna eat your whole plane. I mean, meow.
Ribbit. I know.
Ribbit.
What was it? No, it's what's the? I think it turns creatures into snakes. Is it snake form?
No.
Turns them into 1/1 snakes.
Uh-huh. But also that turned a frog can turn a bunch of people into frogs until the end of the turn.
Oh my god.
It's like, oh, so all the abilities, everything, indestructible, all that. Or no, that's not an activated ability. Sorry, but
it's still an ability.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, it loses all abilities. Yep. So yeah, if they're indestructible, not anymore.
Yeah, so the creatures lose all their abilities, and then you can't activate the abilities of other things, unless they make mana or they're planeswalkers.
Damn.
Wow.
Like I said, it humbles your creatures, and it humbles you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so cool. But wait, what has abilities? Oh, I guess, okay, your lands and
Artifacts and enchantments
stuff.
and lands
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah.
Duh. I'll be alright. Maybe. Shut up. Neat. Sorry, I'm all hung up on turning everything into 1/1. Is there anything else in white? Jumps out. I've lost the damn card. Oh, here it is. Did we talk about the Angel of Condemnation?
Maybe.
What? It was on. It was available last week, but I don't know if we talked about it or
I
not.
don't think so. Yeah. So hey, Mike, what's the Angel of Condemnation do?
Angel of Condemnation for 2 white. It's a 3/3 angel with flying and vigilance. We did talk about this. It's rare.
We did?
Yeah, because I remember Brian commenting on the on it having vigilance and these 2 abilities that were taps to do it. So you can still attack it and use the ability after combat.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so the first ability is 2 and a white tap, exile another target creature, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. The second one is pay 2 a white and tap, and exert Angel of Condemnation, exile another target creature until Angel of Condemnation leaves the battlefield.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now, because I pointed out that it's a blink, or if you exert it, it's an O-ring. Got it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lame. Not lame. The card is good. I just... Lame.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I just saw God Pharaohs Faithful, and it makes me sad.
Yeah, me too.
Like, story-wise and card-wise. So, for a single white, it's a common human wizard. It's a 0/4, and whenever you cast a blue, black, or red spell, you gain 1 life. This is the final trial. Rejoice, for the God Pharaoh soars among us. This chick's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Faithful to the God Pharaoh is gonna eat all of you. But outside of that, this is like the limited control deck's dream.
Mm-hmm.
Because this thing stands in the way and gains you life forever. Because who's gonna blow a removal spell on a 0/4? I mean, I might, but I'm a bad player.
If it keeps blocking your stuff, you might.
Damn.
4 toughness.
Like, that is not a small number, especially not for 1 mana. And then the life gain is it's just a kick in the balls. Like, it's like, not only am I not taking damage, I'm going the other way. And you're sitting there with all of your, like 2/2s going.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. In the same way that I hate it. Like, I really like it. Buh. Wait a minute, what?
Trying to...
How are you now?
So that link you posted for the tokens of Amonkhet.
Uh-huh.
One of those eternal tokens I don't see the card for.
Which one?
The Sun Scourge champion.
Sun Scourge champion's picture's there.
Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't see the original card for it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see the card in the card image gallery. I mean, I know what it does, just looking at it's a creature of some size with, this ability. But I don't know what color it is or what its normal size is.
You gain life equal to its power. That's gotta be white, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not here yet. That's weird.
Oh, well. Oops.
Wonder if that was... Wait, when was this tokens article? Oh, today. I wonder if it was in one of today's articles and I just didn't see it. Because I don't look at articles.
I don't know. Let me look at these other links that are in the
daily update.
No.
Doo-doo-doo.
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh, well. So, a couple other cards that are in the daily update for today, including one that I just really like the art. It's Strategic Planning. I mean, the card is pretty good. For 1 and a blue, it's a common sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. It's a fairly basic blue...
Yeah.
Look at cards, do things spell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it does cost... It's only 3 cards, and it does cost 2, and it's a sorcery, so it's not great. But still, it's got Jace and Gideon, bending towards each other, huddled up like in a cartoon, discussing plans.
I'm about to play rock, paper, scissors for who has to go first.
I think so, yeah, because when I first saw the art over on Art of MTG, I was like, uh-oh, they're going to fight. And then, wait, no, they're not going to fight. What are they doing? Why are they stupid? They're so stupid. Maybe they deserve to lose. What the hell?
Flavor text is a Jace quote. He's talking to Gideon. Bolus remade this place in his image. He has the advantage here. We must approach carefully.
Clearly,
I'm glad you guys thought of this a week ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, clearly this happens early in the story. After they've already let's go! And then they get there and they're like, okay, wait.
Maybe this wasn't such a great idea.
Let's see. Oh, there's Leave to Chance. There's another one in the daily update today. Leave for 1 and a white is a rare instant. Return any number of target permanents you own to your hand. That's pretty good.
Bye.
Yeah, bye, Felicia. And then Chance is a sorcery aftermath card that says 3 and a red. Discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards. Huh. So that's... Holy crap, it says right above that, note that this doesn't include the typical non-land clause. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Meaning you can seismic assault all the things. Hey, Mike. I hear you like that card.
Yeah, that's a very interesting angle for it. To actually play the lands you plan on assaulting someone with. What?
That's pretty cool. And then there's Abandoned I can't read that card. Abandoned Sarcophagus. Sarcophagus. There we go. Sarcophagus. For 3, is a rare artifact. You may cast non-land cards with cycling from your graveyard. Holy crap. And then, if a card with cycling would be put into your graveyard from anywhere and it wasn't cycled, exile it instead. So your Abandoned Sarcophagus means you can cycle a card and then cast it.
Yes.
But if that dies, then, or, if it's a spell, then you don't get to do that forever. So that's, nice little bit of balance there.
Right.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither.
I think it makes my head hurt.
Same here.
Huh. Okay then. What? I think that's okay. I guess you guys.
Yeah, probably.
You guys good?
I think so.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm looking up a couple of more. Oh wait, this one's called Manticore Eternal. It's in the Paste magazine print. I like the way crap I've never heard of gets an assload of previews, but us who've been around doing Magic podcasts for 10 years don't get one.
I know I've heard of Paste before, but I can't remember what their deal is.
I don't know. But they got 4. Most of them are whatever, but there's one called the Manticore Eternal. For 3 red, it's a 5/4 zombie Manticore. Oh, you can click on it. Oh, it's uncommon. It has Afflict 3, and it attacks each combat if able. Oh.
Cool.
Wow, an Eternal Manticore is really cool looking. Ugh. So by the time this goes up, listeners will be able to just see it in the card image gallery, so. Oh god, there's a zombie camel. There's a zombie camel. Oh god, zombie camel. Bam. Mike, read the zombie camel.
All right. Whoops, I clicked the magnifying glass. That blew up really large. Okay. The wretched camel costs 1 and a black for a 2/1 common zombie camel. For some reason, I thought I was about to say that wrong. Like I switched letters around, but no, zombie camel.
Yeah, combi zamel. Yeah.
Yeah. When wretched camel dies, if you control a desert or there's a desert in your graveyard, target player discards a card.
Yay, zombie camel. The card itself is, whatever, fine, but it's a zombie camel. Sick.
Sure, it's not a combi zamble.
Or maybe it's a it's a commie zamble. Freaking commies. But oh, nice. I really figured that the what was it? Sunscourge Champion would be in one of these, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So that's weird. But whatever. Okay, well now I think we're for real. Wait, are there any... Oh my god, the horse token is majestic.
It's pretty impressive.
And the snake is oddly terrifying, and... Oh, the insect, the blue-red insect from the Locust God has the Locust God in the background. Oh, that's cool.
That's actually kind of a cute insect.
It doesn't look like he's going to destroy the world, but he is. And he's not even sorry, but, I can't just stay mad at him. Look at him. Although I have to say, if I found that in my house, I'd probably, get a shotgun.
Oh, yeah. If I found that in my apartment, I would just leave.
Yeah. It's all yours, buddy.
Sorry. Mom, I'm moving back in.
Yeah. Nope. Didn't bring anything with me. Had to leave it all behind.
It belongs to the insect now.
I'll explain when I get there. So, I guess we should wrap this episode up then, I guess.
Yeah.
So then, how about anything else going on? That's probably good for this episode, right? Yeah. Oh, the Hall of Fame thing has started again. The, the Magic Pro Tour Hall of Fame. And
the voting?
Well, everybody ranting about it. And of course, Chris Pikula has managed to get back on the ballot, and I really hope he makes it in this year. Because he's been working his ass off just to get back on the ballot, and then,
he has.
Last year and this year, he's just exploded with a string of impressive results. And I think the only reason he didn't get in before was just circumstance. I think he was almost voted in, twice?
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's right.
So, yeah, hopefully they'll do the right thing. Yeah. Anyway. So, hey, Dirk, what you got?
All right, so for my final thoughts, a bit of a twofer. So, first off, we'll start off with the good, and that is yesterday we signed the papers, we officially own a house now.
Yay!
And I have been moving stuff and painting and doing all the good, I bought a house sort of stuff that usually goes along with buying a house. So, yay! Which means lots of driving and all that good stuff, because it's about an hour and a half, close to 2 hours drive from where we currently live to the new house. In terms of the not so great news, still looking for a teaching position. I was waiting for 2 calls to come back in. I didn't feel great about one. I felt safe with the other, and then I got the phone call about the safe one saying that they had decided to go with someone else, and I felt a little devastated after that. Ooh. But I'm still very hopeful. I've got another interview next week, and there's actually 2 positions open at that school. So I'm hoping for good things. I called another school and left a message with the principal about setting up an interview with them. So like I said, I'm hopeful, and just Chelsea and I are coming up with contingency plans if things don't go the right way. The big thing with contingency plan is our medical stuff, making sure we have health insurance.
Yeah.
And then from there, we'll just see about finding something that pays the bills and does what we need it to do until either a position comes open or whatnot.
Nice. I'll hire you, Dirk.
I gotta be making a minimum of $1,500 to pay the bills.
Listeners, I apologize for the sound you just heard. So, hey guys, the listeners just heard the Super Mario Brothers "Hurry Up" sound.
Oh.
Because I record the podcast now using OBS, my streaming software, and somebody out of the blue just followed me on Twitch. I am not streaming. I swear, I get like 1 follower every time I stream. Most of the time, actually, it's no followers every time I stream. But when I'm not streaming, it's just a constant string of people following me. I don't understand. So on the off chance that you listen to the podcast, Gluestick248, that was you. So thank you very much.
Telling me to hurry up.
And I apologize again, listeners. If that gave... Every time I hear that when I'm playing... Like, if I'm streaming and I hear that, I have, like, a small heart attack. Because it's been drilled into me since I was a kid that means, oh, God, hurry up, you're running out of time. And so every time it happens when I'm, like if I'm playing, like, Overwatch or something, I hear it, I'm like... So, yeah. Apologies again, listeners. I'll try to find a way to disable that for the purposes of recording. I guess I'll just make a new scene without it. I'll make a new scene without it. Yeah, that's probably what I'll have to do. I was wondering how long till that happened. Anyway.
No, what would have been funnier is if that had happened with Brian.
What's really bad is that I had just said, I'll hire you, Dirk. Oh my god. Anyway. Sorry about the disruption there. So, Dirk, you got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Fair enough. Hopefully you'll hear back from one of these other schools, and if not, screw them. Those schools clearly suck. Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about you there, Mr. What's your name over there? Bike, Mr. Bike?
Mark.
Mark. What is your name, boy? And don't lie to me, because you live here, and I'll find out who you are.
Let's see. Not sure I have much else to say. I know that I'm certain that when I go to a pre-release for this set, I'm sure to have fun. All the cards are cool and fun, even if, like Brian, there aren't as many that just jump out at me with a big old wow, as there might have been for Amonkhet. But still, it's really interesting. I like what they did. I still think adding yet another more different make a token copy of this ability to the set was a little silly. But hey, whatever. The cards are still good. But yeah, I don't really have anything else going on.
Well, fair enough. You guys are just buckets of fun. Okay, then I have news. Yesterday, as of this recording, Twitch announced that Twitch affiliates can now have subscribers, which is awesome.
Nice.
And for those that aren't aware of how Twitch works, because I wasn't for the longest time, you can follow someone, which is just when they go live, you will, if you click the notifications button, you'll be notified. And you can, they'll show up in your, following list, so you can just glance over and see, someone online playing something I want to see, cool. And at the moment, we actually have a lot of followers. We've got, 366 followers.
Cool.
Which is pretty awesome. But, for the longest time, there were the Twitch partners, and then everyone else. And Twitch partners were the huge channels that had stupid numbers of viewers, and they could get revenue sharing if they were playing a game that people could buy on Twitch, and they got subscribers and emotes that you can use in chats if you're a subscriber and all that good stuff. And there was this massive gulf of the small handful of huge channels, and then there was everyone else. And Twitch realized just recently that they could probably, help out those smaller channels and actually, make some money themselves. So they started up the Twitch affiliate program, where the requirements were much easier to hit. Not just any random anybody that streamed could get them, but they were pretty simple if you had any sort of interest in streaming and acquiring an audience. And we, naturally, because we've got all of you guys out there listening, we already had an audience. So when I stream, I naturally eventually accrued up all of the requirements for that. And really all that meant at the beginning was that you could cheer me on with bits, which is the Twitch currency, which is essentially a tip. Hey, you're doing a good job, have some bits. And that's all it meant for a while. And then over the last few weeks, they've rolled out the revenue sharing. So if I'm playing a game, on Tuesday, I streamed The Walking Dead, the Telltale game, the first chapter. And if anyone had decided to click on the buy this game from Twitch button from my channel while I was streaming it, I would get some tiny percentage of the revenue, which is really cool. If someone, because of what you're doing, buys the game from Twitch, they will profit share with you. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Twitch. And then yesterday they announced that, hey, you can get subscribers. And the way subscribing works is apparently there are 3 tiers, which I didn't realize this was a thing. But the basic subscription is $5 a month, essentially, and it gets you access to whatever sort of bonus things for partners anyway, whatever sort of bonus things that that channel's offering. For affiliates, it's really just an emote at the moment, I think is all. So I've actually got a Twitter poll going right now. Of course, the first Twitch emote has to be one of the chewy cartoon faces that Jars made for us so long ago, right? Duh. And I've got a poll up to determine which one I should do. Now, if you're listening to this, chances are that poll's done already, and I'm very sorry. But I put up the smiley one, the raised eyebrow one, the shocked one, and the thoroughly unimpressed one. It's these 4 are perfect for a Twitch emote. Which one do you guys like? Right now, the raised eyebrow is leading. So cool. That might be the first Twitch emote. But still, that's so cool. I'm going to use them all eventually. That's the plan, is to eventually, if they allow more emotes, or if I become a partner in the far future when I, stream more, something like that. But yeah, so that's so awesome. And if any of you already know, how Twitch works, I apologize for the long rambling nonsense. But like I said, I, for the longest time, had no idea about anything about Twitch, up to and including when I started streaming. So subscribing on YouTube is just, hey, let me know when stuff shows up. And that's, on Twitch, that's following. And subscribing is it's like a small monthly donation that the streamer actually gets a piece of. So, yay! That's so cool that that's an option. I mean, at the moment, I stream once, maybe twice a week, so I'm not expecting that to get huge. But that's still cool that that is a thing that if people want to do, they can do. And a big thanks to Twitch for supporting all of us smaller channels. Yay! Also, Amazon Prime. If you're a member of Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription a month, essentially. You can go subscribe to any one channel just here as part of being Prime. And so as soon as I saw that it was live, I was like, oh, and I went over to Cap's channel and used my Amazon Prime subscription. There you go. And I sent him a message, surprise. And he said, surprise what? I was like, you'll see later. He wanted to give me crap for not subscribing when he was live. I'm like, I'm not in it for the glory. Damn it. I don't need my name to pop up on a stream. I have my own stream for my name to pop up on. Here to help a brother out. So yeah, but before the Amazon Prime subscription, I would like throw it at like Kibler or Day 9 or somebody just because, you know, I've got it. Why not use it? But now I can use it to actually like subscribe to a smaller channel to actually help them out. Because one subscriber difference to someone like Kibler or Day 9 or someone that big actually doesn't matter. But to a smaller channel like me or Cap, that's huge. Like, oh my god, I have a subscriber. What? So yeah. So glad that Twitch is doing that. In case you can't tell by how long I've been rambling about it, I apologize. And if you're at all interested, by the way, the link is always in the show notes, and it's twitch.tv/themanapool, which is where you can find us all over the internet, something/themanapool, like youtube.com/themanapool, where right now the stuff that's running is, well, the last Magic Duels episode went up. Jungle Rat Rob from the Retro League, and I recorded Dungeons & Dragons, Chronicles of Mystara. We did a run-through of the first game, Tower of Doom. The second of those episodes will be going public tomorrow when I get back from my Raleigh trip, as of this recording. So if you're hearing this, it's probably live already. Also, me and Bill and Scott and Squanto all played Left 4 Dead, and that series is currently running. Of course, the Tavern Brawl every week. I've really got to record more Shovel Knight. I've only got like one more episode of the first campaign in Shovel Knight, you know, the Shovel Knight campaign. Then I can work on the DLC ones. There's something else. Oh, yeah, and the Walking Dead stream will be going up in some number of pieces. I put up a poll about that. Hey, you guys want 1 2-hour episode, or 2 1-hour episodes, or 4 30-minute episodes? And the 2 1-hour episodes and 4 30-minute episodes were essentially tied. So I guess I'll just have to watch through it and see. But those will be going up soonish. You know, sometime. I don't know. And I will be streaming more of those. Hopefully next Tuesday or someday next week I'll do the next chapter. That game is intense, dude. Like, have either of you played it?
Mm-mm.
No, I just watched my brother play a demo of it several years ago.
Like, after I got done with the first chapter, I was like keyed up from adrenaline and exhausted. So for those who don't know, the Telltale games are essentially modern point-and-click games. It's extremely story-heavy. Like, some games are like most of the games that I stream are like all action and gameplay and very little story. You know, Overwatch, Hearthstone, Rocket League, that's just gameplay. But this is the other way. It's like all story and a little bit of gameplay. And it's super intense, life and death decisions, left and right being thrown at you. Zombies can break through the door and eat your face because it's based on the original, you know, Walking Dead comics. So, yeah. But it doesn't follow the comics. It's its own story, separate from them, but in the comic world, as opposed to the television show world, is the point I'm getting at. But still, it's bleak and brutal and depressing, and everybody dies, and oh my god. So yeah, like it was so bad I had to like play some Hearthstone just to get my brain back right. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to stop the stream, and I don't want to stop the stream. I'm sad. But anyway, that'll be going up on the YouTube channel soon. Now, it's very depressing, but it's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. And the plan is to stream a bunch of these Telltale games over the next few months. So I think the next one would be A Wolf Among Us, the one that's based on Fable, another for mature audiences comic book.
Mhm.
So yay, awesome. Anyway, right, all the other stuff, we're the Mana Pool. Twitter, at the Mana Pool, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. The email address is dorks@themanapool.com. The website where you can find the archive of the podcasts is themanapool.com. Just all of that. And if you want to help support what I do with all of this content creation, you can subscribe on Twitch if that's a thing you like. Or you can go check out the Patreon at patreon.com/themanapool, where you can get YouTube videos and Manapool podcasts early. You can get that and the odds and ends, all the stuff recorded before and after both Monday Night Magic and the Manapool that's uncensored and unfiltered, and really it's edited only for personal information. Like when, Dirk was telling us where his house, actually when Chelsea was telling us where the house was, I was like, edit that, delete that, censor that. Okay, we're good now. It's also edited for when Mike is eating.
Oh.
There was one, I've put up like 6 in the last couple weeks, and there was one where you were like, and I'm like, So to save you listeners, I edited all that out. But anyway, yeah. Oh, and if you are so inclined, you can get all of that and get your name on the end slate for every video that goes up in each month that you support at that tier. So yay! And as always, every little bit helps, and I really do appreciate it. Now I'm tired. So, and also another thanks to listener Mike, who may or may not work for Blizzard. He sent myself and Bill some Blizzard codes so we could get some Overwatch loot from, because he may or may not work for Blizzard. And he just recently sent Mike a code, essentially, to get the Necromancer expansion for Diablo 3.
Yay.
And he sent Dirk, what was it, a year's extra subscription to World of Warcraft?
Yep.
So, yeah. Thank you, sir. You're very sweet.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And it sounds like Mike is enjoying the Necromancer, too.
Yes.
If
It's very interesting.
If he didn't do it wrong.
Well, yeah. Well, I think it'll help once I actually get to level 70, because then some of the special sets for the Necromancer will start dropping, and that'll push me in more of a particular build direction.
Ah, okay. So is Diablo one of those games where you can, like, wipe your build and start over?
Yeah, in Diablo 3, you can respec whenever you want. Well, like, not in the middle of combat when someone's trying to stab your face off. You can respec pretty much whenever you want. There's no penalty for doing it.
Nice. Nice. I do remember, like, the only action RPGs like Diablo I ever played were, like, the X-Men Legends and Marvel Ultimate Alliance games.
Mm-hmm.
And in X-Men Legends 1, when you made a decision, it was permanent. But I think in Legends 2, it gave you the option to, like, respec everything. And I was like, oh, that's so much cooler, because now I can try stuff out.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Diablo 1 and 2, it was, they still had a lot of holdovers from traditional pencil and paper role-playing games, where you don't really get that option, once you've set your character going down a certain direction. But then after having run WoW for a long time, Blizzard were like, there's really no reason that we didn't have a respec option in Diablo 2. So, like, years and years and years after it had come out, they added a patch where you could do a quest early in the game and get an item that would let you do it once. And then in Diablo 3, they just had that be a thing that you can do.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then. So, I guess with that, we will finally shut the hell up. Finally. So, this has been the Manapool episode I already forgot.
469.
469. Very good, Mike. Thank you all so very much for watching, and, Zombie Camel.